Okay, I'm going to show something here. This is my mini PC. This one with blue has Windows installed on it. This has a Linux installed on it. Now I've got SecureBoot turned on. Linux is installed on this machine, but SecureBoot won't allow Linux to run. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start this up. See there? Invalid signature detected. Check SecureBoot policy and setup. Okay. We're going to go ahead now, without doing anything, just plug in the disk or the stick for Windows. Let's see what happens here. Now I'm going to go ahead and I will enter setup and make sure that we're starting off with that disk. Okay, we will choose Jetstream. That is what that is. And looky there. We can install Windows on the machine. There is no problem there. It'll allow me to overwrite Linux and put Windows on this machine. And there's your startup. I'm going to put in like I'm going to install Linux instead. And it's not going to. It's just going to invalid signature. It's not going to allow me to install Linux even. And we'll go in here and do the same thing. We'll tap the delete button until I get a setup screen. Okay, we'll come over here just like I did before. Now this is the SanDisk. Right away, you get in there. Okay, so let's shut this off. Take that out. We'll turn SecureBoot off because it's not going to allow me into here. I'm going to let it go ahead and go through this one more time. See there? No way. Okay. And we'll go ahead and start tapping the delete button to get into setup, and then I'll turn SecureBoot off. Okay. And we'll go into security and we'll turn disable. It's enabled right now. That's SecureBoot. It is enabled. We'll disable it. There you go. And now we'll go over here and let it just boot up normally. This is without SecureBoot on, and of course this is a Linux machine right now. I used to be able to do this, but I added a new policy by changing the SSD to one that has Windows on it, which is what I use to maintain BIOS and anything else that I need to actually do to the computer. But then I take that SSD out and I put this one in here. Now this is my Linux machine. No problem at all. Let's just bring up something here. The Linux is working just fine. I cannot do anything besides install Microsoft Windows on this SSD. I am going to take the other SSD that I put in here, and I'm going to see if I can install Linux on that one, since it already has Windows and it will see the drive. Let's see what happens when I do that. Okay, this has got Linux on it, this has got Windows on it. And we're going to go ahead and swap these out. I have to remove that screw, and I'll swap these two and then put it back together. Alright, it's back together. Windows is now on this. The SSD with Windows is installed. I'm going to go ahead and, here we go. Start tapping delete so I can make sure SecureBoot's turned on, because I believe I shut it off for Linux. And sure enough, disabled. Okay, we want to enable that. Okay, and we don't need custom. We want to run standard, which should be fine. That's where it was when this was updated. We should just start up. It should boot. It says it's not online. It's probably not going to be able to see it in my Microsoft account. I don't know. Invalid signature. Please check boot policy. Isn't that interesting? Okay then. It won't even start with this one. Huh. Okay, we're going to take another look here. SecureBoot. It's at the bottom instead of where it was before. Enabled as active. Boot policy is standard. Let's see. You know what? I did not set it up in here. Okay, the first boot is Lexer. We'll fire you up right there. And boot override, we'll just go ahead and make sure you're on that right there. It should fire up. It did not. Okay, SecureBoot's on, and SecureBoot was on when I set this up. So SecureBoot has locked me out of any hard drive on here. That's interesting. Okay, and this is messing up too. Alternate delete. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I don't know if this is going to overwrite my... Okay, it's got the right drive that it's showing. Okay, we're active, we're in standard. I need to go in here and custom. Let's restore the factory keys. Reset. Okay. Set to setup mode. Audit mode. Key management. Let me see. Yeah, this is the new one right here. That's the new one that has been put in. I'm going to restore the defaults. Okay. It's probably not in there anymore. No, it's still there. Okay, we restored the defaults. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. This is... Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Let's see what happens this time. Yeah, I know it was on because it started encrypting my drive and I had to have it stop. Well, I'll be darned. Okay. It's not going to allow me. Isn't that interesting? Okay. I don't... Restore factory keys. Reset to setup mode. Reset without saving, yes. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I might be locked out of this. This is SecureBoot. This is something that I'm going to have to disable. Okay. Restore factory keys. Let me take a look at the... It is right. Well, hopefully it hasn't damaged this SSD. I have lost 3 SSDs to Microsoft here in the past several months. So that update that it did locked me out of using SecureBoot. Yeah, I think SecureBoot's out of the question now. Remove. Proceed. Yes. If it'll allow me to take that off of there, maybe I can get in. Okay, let's try it again. This time it succeeded. Okay. Remove, and it succeeded. Okay, and I see the authorized external there. Okay. That should do it. I should be able to get back in there. Let's make sure that we're active. We are. We could go back to custom standard. Reset without saving. No, you know what? I'm going to make sure that we're okay. I should be okay. Hold on. Okay, that's correct, and that's correct. Let's find out. I used to always have this running that way to protect the BIOS. It's not going to allow it. I'll be darned. I simply cannot use SecureBoot anymore. It's out of the question. That certificate did not need to be added for this machine. It most definitely locked me out of using SecureBoot. Now this is the hard drive that actually came with the machine. Yep. Thank you, Microsoft. As usual, you've screwed me up. One way or another. It destroys it. It literally destroys SSDs. I have SSDs in these now. It damaged one of them. The hard drive light stays on all the time when there's a certain disk in here. The one I have up here, this is up here because I can't use this on anything. It has stuff stored on it, but it gets so hot you can't touch the case that it's in. So yeah, these were brand new. It's just, putting Microsoft's Windows on them just destroyed them. That's all there was to it. And there's no way around it. Okay, well, we're going to have to disable this so that I can get into Windows on this one and Linux on the other. So I won't have to overdo anything. I'm not going to be overwriting this SSD. It's in there in case I have issues and need to get in there with something. Let's see if it fires up Windows this time. Yep, sure enough. Cannot have SecureBoot turned on. That new certificate, when I added it to this machine, it was okay until I changed the SSD to the Linux machine. And now that I'm back with this one in here, I can't use either one of them. SecureBoot's just unusable. Alright, we're back to the Linux SSD. And we'll go ahead and start this computer. Come on. There we go. So the only time I would be able to use SecureBoot is if I were to install a fresh copy of Windows. Any other time it just has to be turned off in order to use the computer. Definitely useless for Linux, and I used to use it for Linux before adding that certificate. Everything looks good. Green light's flashing. We're back to Linux. And I'll use this to work on that. We'll start a new one. And get to work on this video that you're watching.